everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. Now today I'm in my kitchen, and not because I'm going to be doing a recipe, but because I want to do a wreath for my kitchen area or my dining area. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it's this whole room. And I've got here a nice wreath. Now, making a Christmas wreath is probably one of the easiest decorations that you can do for the holidays, because you find these pine filled wreath shapes and they're already nice and full of greenery. You don't have to add anything on. Really, sometimes all you got to do is just slap a bow on it and you have a nice decoration. So I'm going to actually put a little bit more than just a bow. The first thing I always want to do when I buy a wreath is to fluff it up. And I've already fluffed up this side, but as you can see, this side is flat. So you can see the difference, how it looks. So I really want to stress this because I've seen some wreaths and I know that some people want to decorate them and they do a great job, but the one thing that I notice is that they don't get fluffed up. People just start putting things on the wreath and they don't fluff up any of it. You really need to do that. It makes your wreath look so much nicer, so much more high-end, if you will, fuller, fluffier, softer, whatever you want to name the look. But all you gotta do is just fluff up everything, pull everything in different directions. Sometimes the little pine bits get bent, so just straighten them out and just pull them open to each side and upward so they're not laying flat, and then you have a beautiful fluffy wreath. And as you can see, it didn't take me very long to do that. I had already done half of it, and this is how quickly I did it, just like I just did this other half. So it really doesn't take much time to do this, okay? And then you want to make sure you remove any tags. And by the way, if you're curious, I got my wreath at Hobby Lobby. It was a $14.99 wreath, but I got it at half off, so I paid $7.50. I thought that was a pretty good deal. Now, I was used to buying wreaths for like $3.99, prices like that, but now everything's a little more expensive. But I thought $7.50 was pretty good for this because it does have some other leaves, little different textures on here besides, the usual pine that we see on a wreath. And look how beautiful and fluffy it is now. It's so much nicer, and we can add whatever we want to it. Okay, let's put it aside and let me show you what I've got. Now, I decided that I want to do a baking theme. This just kind of came in my head because I was looking through Pinterest and I saw some wreaths that had some baking like muffin tins and things like that, and I thought, well, maybe if I go to like the thrift store or something and look for stuff, but of course I've been a little lazy, so I didn't do that. So I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to go see what I can find. If not, maybe I'll just look for stuff in my house and use that. But I did go to Hobby Lobby, so I saw some things, and that quickly gave me a whole idea of what I wanted to do. I am doing the baking theme. Now, I had gone to Dollar Tree and I had grabbed this scroll. It says Merry Christmas. I grabbed it early when they first started putting stuff out. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Then I thought, well, I'll put it on my wreath, but I feel like, okay, maybe that's going to be a little too much because of the stuff that I got. So let me show you what I got from Hobby Lobby. And again, I paid everything half off. All right. Okay, first of all, I do have this big, huge candle here. This has nothing to do with my decoration. I just want to sniff on it every so often. Okay, so what I got was some cute little things. Now, because I want to do a baking theme, there is no flour sack, but I thought maybe I would make them because I do have some burlap. I do have some canvasy fabric that I could make a little, a little rectangle, a little square. Sew the sides, maybe leave one side open, stuff it, sew it up, and make a little, like a little flour sack. But I did find this one ornament. It's already, made. It's not a flour sack, but it's pretty close to it. In my mind, this is a flour sack. This was an ornament that was $4.99. I paid $2.49 for it. It does say peace on it. I like that, so I'm good with that. That'll go on my wreath. All right, so I also got this one. These other little ornaments, they were all $3.99, but I paid $1.99 for them, okay? Let's put these over here so I can show you that. So I got this little frame that says Merry Christmas. So I thought this was nice because it's a little bit smaller than this Merry Christmas, and I think it'll go with the overall theme of what I want to do and the kind of a country look that I want on it, so that'll go with that. And of course I wanted some items that also represented baking, and I got lucky because I found this tiny little rolling pin. It is super cute. It says fa la la on it. Now, of course, if you don't like the lettering on it, you turn it around and use this side. You could paint it, decoupage some fabric on it, make it look really pretty, or put a sticker on it, which is what I think I'm going to do. All right, so I got that little rolling pin, and then I got this cute little cutting board. Again, it's got a little snowflake, but if you don't like that, you can turn it around, use the plain side. You could paint it, decoupage something on it, put a sticker, whatever you want on it. You could do that to it, make it a little more festive. All right, and then I got them cookie cutters, a snowman, a little mitten, and a little snowflake. I thought cookie cutters perfect for, you know, baking. I'm making some cookies on my wreath, so we're gonna use that. Okay, so I mentioned using a sticker, and I was at, this is from the Dollar Tree. I think I got it during the spring, and this is from the Crafter's Square, or maybe I got it in the summer. And I haven't used it, but it's got some cute little stickers on it, and maybe I'll use one of those. I do like one that's on this particular package of stickers. This is from Hobby Lobby. Now, I've already used some stickers on a little truck decoration that I did, but I do have some still on there, and I think I'm liking this one right here for that little cutting board. So maybe I'll put that on there. Because I wanted to do a baking theme, I thought, well, you know, it needs a little kitchen towel or something. I had purchased these towels, Marshalls. I got them at Marshalls some time ago, when they first started putting out Christmas stuff. I got this set. It was $8. It's so pretty. I love it. I always like to have new towels, you know, for each whatever season or holiday it happens to be. And I do actually use them. I don't just put them out for decoration. All of my towels, I like to hang here on the handle here of my oven. I like to put them there, but we use them. So if they get stained, I don't mind it, because that's what their purpose is. So they're not just decoration, they're actually going to get used. So I thought I'd use one of these for my wreath, but then I thought, you know what, they're kind of big, they might be a little too bulky, I'd have to cut one up. I don't want to do that. So then I went over to the fabric section there at Hobby Lobby, and I decided I'm gonna look for some fabric. I wasn't looking for anything Christmassy. I just wanted to look for something that would look like a little dish towel, you know, something for the kitchen, baking maybe even had. And I found this one with this sort of like a plaid or gingham, whatever you want to call it, black and white. When I saw it, I said, that is perfect, because I have a ribbon that I had purchased, and I purchased this at Marshall's and I paid $6.99 for it. And it was 10 yards, and I thought that was a good deal. Look, black and white, black and white. Look at that. And look how thick this ribbon is. I mean, I could probably use that for my little dish towel. Just roll it up. But anyway, I'm going to use this to make a nice big bow, and I'll show you that in a moment, how I'm going to make that bow. But I've got that ribbon. It'll coordinate with this, and I think I'm going to do some little rolled up little towels. And to tie them up, I do have this little ribbon from the Dollar Tree. It's red with some little white flakes. I paid $1, of course, Dollar Tree, but I believe Dollar Tree is now going up $1.25. Oh well, okay, but you know, life goes on. Okay, we're still gonna buy from there, because I mean, you know, it's still cheaper than anywhere else. So this little ribbon, I think it'll be cute to tie up maybe some little bundles or a couple of little towels. I think it'll be cute to tie up the little cookie cutters as well. So I'm gonna use that little ribbon. I have another ribbon here. I got this one at Walmart. This is $8, and it's 45 feet of ribbon. It says Merry Christmas. It's super cute, and I think I'm going to use a little bit on there, because I want to put some berries in my wreath, but I'm being really lazy, you guys, to go into my stash in my storage room. I haven't even pulled out anything to decorate. Some of y'all know that I put up my Christmas tree, but I decorated it for fall. Well, I've already taken off all my fall decorations. Everything's been put away. So now I got to take that into the storage room and bring out my Christmas. But because I was back and forth in Corpus with my parents and some trips to San Antonio, I didn't quite get to do that, but I'll be able to do that this weekend, because the following weekend, my younger son, Nathan, will be coming home, finally. He has done his 4 years in the Marines, and he has decided that he just wants to go back to school and be home and just be happy here with us. But I think he's going to end up moving out, but still, I think he's going to be home with us for a little while. All right. That being said, I'm super excited about that. So I am also going to be using these little lights, because I want it to be like super lit up, a lit Christmas. This was $7.99 at Hobby Lobby. Now, I think these were like maybe like 20% off. These were not half off. The lights are not ever half off. They're always, you know, just some discount, but 20% off is still a good deal. All right, so these are battery operated, and they're cute little, excuse me. They're old-fashioned bulbs, and they do have a little snow in them and a little bit of greenery in them. I got some batteries ready for that. Now, to give my wreath also some extra texture, I did grab these. There's hardly anything to choose from in the pick area that's been picked pretty good, pun intended. But I got these, and I thought these would add some, you know, some highlight, some light to my wreath, lighten it up a little bit, so I'm going to use that. And I have some poinsettias from the Dollar Tree because, like I said, I wanted to use some berries, and I'm too lazy to go get those. These I recently got. They're in my craft room, so I said, well, maybe I'll put some poinsettias. I don't know. These are just sort of there if I feel like it doesn't have enough red, because I do want some red in there. Now, to tie up my bows, instead of using regular chenille stems or using floral wire, I'm going to use these pine ties. So I'm going to use that for, you know, the bow. So let's get to finishing up here with my wreath. I've already taken off the tag, and I think I've left it up pretty good. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to put a bow on it, because the bow is going to take up a significant amount of space, and I don't want to like put some decoration on there and then it just gets covered up by the bow. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, and that's usually the way that I always do it. So let's take off these little pins. Those are cute little pins that we're holding up the ribbon. All right, so we've got this ribbon, and look at that, it's all nice and packed. You know, I think they do that to make it look like it's even fuller. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and do I'm just going to do a regular bow. I'm not going to do a multi-loop bow. I just want like a big fluff, you know, just one big 2-loop bow. So I want a tail, but I don't want it too long. So about right there, and then about right here for another tail. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Normally I don't. I usually just loop it. Ooh, look at this magnetic here. This little pin got stuck to my scissors. I'm going to just do a little tail strip, and I'm going to cut the ends in a dovetail. So you fold them, and from the fold upward to the ends and the edge, like that. There we go. Cut the little edge there. So now I have these dovetails right here. Okay? So let me go ahead and make my little bow, but let me go ahead and clean up everything, bring the camera down so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, so here are my tails. I'll put them like that, and I'll just scrunch them up right here. And then I just want, I want a big loop, like about that big. So I want to make sure this goes a little bit beyond where I'm going to gather it right there. And then another loop on the other side, the same size. So then we're going to cut a little bit beyond to make sure that, you know, it's not, you know, that it has some, what is it, slack. The word I'm thinking about is slack. So I'm just going to do that like so. Just gather it up like that. And then take my center of my ribbon tail here, tuck everything behind. Make sure those ends are tucked in behind. And then I can use my chenille, my little pine chenille. And the center, look how pretty that looks rather than using a wire. So there we go, just like that. And then I can just fluff it up. And this will just go on my bow. On my wreath, sorry. Just anywhere on my wreath. And I can just tie it up to anything. Another little branch here, just like that. And bring out the little tails. And I'm going to tuck them in here and there. Just tuck them in like that. Fluff up my bow. There we go. Look how pretty that looks. Imagine it in red and how pretty this will look. Just very simple, just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this ribbon away. And then the next thing I want to do is add in these 3 or 4, actually. Yeah, 4 of these little stem things, and I'm not even going to cut them. I'm just going to take off the little tags. This one's a little loosey-goosey right here coming off. Okay, I do have my hot glue gun ready. I'm just going to wire this to itself. Now, if it comes off, what I can do is take a piece of one of these, cut the little piece off, and then just use that to tie it all. And you're not even going to know because that's going to blend into all the rest of the wreath, okay? So that's just a little trick, is to use these little ties when you're doing a wreath. Okay, So we're gonna go ahead and just tuck that in, just make a little space here, tuck it in somewhere in here. And then I'm gonna use the branches on the wreath to tie around, just twist them around. And then maybe over here somewhere, just twist it around one of these little branches just to keep everything in place. And then I'm just gonna twist things around just to make sure that I see the little pine cones. And then fluff everything around, okay? Just like that. You're just gonna tuck it in like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the rest of these and then I'll do the next item. All right, so I'm adding the last one in here now. I didn't need to use my hot glue because everything is just getting, you know, tied down with the little branches on the wreath. So I think that's pretty good. It's holding on really well. Maybe just to keep the pine cones all facing forward because it kind of want to flop down and hide. So that would be the only thing that I would think, maybe to use my hot glue. But if you wanted to hot glue them down, you could. But that just gave us the wreath a whole new kind of, you know, life to it. A little extra greenery in there, but in a different tone. All right, the next thing I want to do is put these little batteries, these little lights. I'm thinking that I need to put the battery on them first. And I'm hoping this is kind of long enough to place on my wreath. Again, I've got some extra of these just in case I need to cut these up to help me tie them down. Okay, so I'm gonna untangle them because they're kind of tied together some way. I'm not really sure. I've got my little batteries here, so I'm gonna make sure they work. If they do, we're gonna work them into our wreath. All right, so I've added batteries. Everything works just fine. They're not very long. I believe it said it was only like 2 feet of length, but I'm gonna go ahead and use them on my wreath. I think they're super cute. How many times can I say super cute? It says it has a timer. I guess after a certain time it turns off, but we'll leave them on for now. Now I want to put these on my wreath. Now obviously they're not going to go anywhere where the bow is because that's just covered. Now this isn't long enough for the whole wreath, so now I'm thinking that I should kind of put them dangling like that down the middle. It looks cute because if I put them up here, they're only up here. They're not down here, but I can put something big there. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of tuck them in a little bit and then use the greenery on here to tie around the wires so they stay in there. This one I'm gonna kind of maneuver it somewhere back here and then tie behind the bow with some of this tie back or tie downs, whatever they are. I think they're called tie downs or something like that. I think that's how they're described in the packaging. Okay, so then this one over here. They're super cute, I love it. Now I wish I had bought 2 packages so that I could actually put them like all the way around, but look at that, that looks super cute on there. I don't know, what do you think? Okay, so now I'm gonna turn it around and I'll kind of flatten things, but I'll just refluff everything and bring this one around behind the bow, and I'm gonna wrap it with some of this green stuff. Just wrap it. I could use my glue gun, but I don't want to glue anything down just yet if I can avoid it. I might have to go grab some more of these from my craft room. Okay, this is good. I can reach in here, turn it on and off. I'm going to tuck it in like that in there. Okay, now let's turn it around. And we can't see it, but I can reach in there and turn it off and on. Okay, that is so pretty, just like that, you guys. Look at that, it's so elegant. Look at that. I don't know what y'all think, but I think it looks elegant. All right, so let's start putting some of these little ornaments. I'm gonna grab my fabric. Let's clean that up. Grab this fabric. What I want to do is I want to make like there's 2 little dish towels. So I got ½ a yard of this. So I'm gonna cut it at the fold so I can have 2. Maybe just 1 is all I need, but I'm gonna cut. And there we go. Let's grab one of these off to the side. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold it in so I get the raw edge in there and the other raw edge in there as well. Let's see. Maybe that's too big. Let me try different things and see which one's gonna work. So let's do this one like so. And I'm gonna get the raw edge over here. I'm gonna bend in the little corners so I don't have those little threads sticking out the little edges, okay? So I'm just gonna roll it up like that. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over on this end, kind of fold in this and bring it in like that, okay? And then I have a nice little rolled up little towel. So I'm gonna hold it down like that and get my little red ribbon. And, okay, I wanted this video to be very raw, not very edited. Okay, so we're gonna cut some, let me cut off this little folded edge here because that won't let me unfold it. Okay, so I want it enough to wrap around and maybe make a little bow. So let me bring this around like that. I think that'll be okay. Let's see what we can make out of that. So I'm gonna tie it. I think this is gonna add the red that I want. It's gonna be enough. Make a loop around it. There we go. Let's bring those a little bit bigger. And this one as well. Flip the little tails so the little flakes are showing. And then I'm just gonna cut the ends like at an angle here. There we go. And that's a cute little towel. Okay, that's one way we can do it. And I think that's gonna look really cute, you guys. Look at that. Let's see what else we can do. We can just take it. Let's see. Fold in the edges like that, or not fold in the edges, but yeah, because we're folding them in. Okay, so we're getting the edges inside, and I thought if I folded it in half and then kind of gathered it and hung it like this, that would look cute if I wanted to hang it off the center here, you know. But I don't think I'm going to work with that. I think I like this rolled up version. Now you could put the little ribbon on here as well, and then just hang it off with these raw edges. This raw edge is fine. The other edge has this lettering. I don't like that. I don't want that to show. I don't want to advertise for, you know, Hobby Lobby, sorry. But I just want a little towel like that. But I think this is going to work better. So there you go. These are the two options, but I'm going to use this one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fold that up, and I'll be back with the next little project. All right, so now I'm going to take the cookie cutters, and I want to do the same thing, and I just want to put a little bit of ribbon on each one. I don't have very much of this, so I don't want to cut it too long. So just want to wrap it around and tie them, and it's up to you want to make a little bow or not. And I think I am going to do a little tiny bow. And then just put them on the tree. Hold on, let me do this correctly because my fingers are chunky and they're not letting me do what I want to do. Okay, there we go, just like that. Twist the little ribbon so that the pretty side is showing forward. Just gonna cut the little edges a little more angled here, and a little fluff up the little bow on it like that. Okay, super simple. There we go, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other two. And all I have to do to these other little items is to remove the tags. So I'm going to remove these little price tags off of these. And we shall be back. And we'll start putting some ornaments on our wreath. All right, so one more thing before I do put my ornaments on there. I did mention that you could use some stickers or paint these or do whatever you want with these, you know, decoupage some fabric or paper on them. I do have these stickers, and I decided that I do like the Fa La La. That's really cute. But I decided that I want to use this side and actually put a little sticker on it because I do have this little sticker that says homemade with love right here. I want to use that sticker on there. So I'm just going to pull that off and just make sure this is the side. There's lots of glitter all over the place, so just kind of wipe that off before I put the sticker on there. Homemade with love, simple as that. Nothing else has to be done to it. I could put a little ribbon on it if I wanted. Okay, now for this other one, I do like the little flake right there. If otherwise, I'm going to use this side. Let me see about the size of this sticker. I want to use this one. It says, my life, my love, my family, my world. I want to use that one, okay? So let's go ahead and pull that off. Actually, this one, it says it all starts and ends with family. Oh my goodness, everything's really pretty on here. I really like all the you know, the little stickers and sayings on them. But I'm gonna go with that one, and I really like these because they're clear. Look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and still go with that one because I like the shape of it, and I think it'll go great on my little cutting board. So just clean that off. Peel off this little sticker, and then just try to center it as best as I can right here. There we go. Look at how I changed that. Super easy thing to do. I could have done it on this side. It would have been just as pretty, but I like the little snowflakes, so we're gonna keep that. All right, so those are ready. I do have a little bit of this red ribbon left, so I think I'm gonna make like just a little tiny bow. I'm not even gonna tie it around the little handle. I'm just gonna, you know, just do the bow like this. I'm not gonna take off even these little strings on them. I really like that. Okay, so just a little bow, and I'm gonna hot glue it right here onto the little handle, just on one side, okay? Because I don't want to hide that it's a little rolling pin, and if I put it on the other side, you know, I might be hiding these little handles and you can't tell. So I don't know, maybe you can, but I'm just gonna do it on one side. Okay, trying to get this to be facing upward along with the sticker right there. I think that's good enough. And I want to put one on here as well, but I think I want to put a little bit of this greenery, so I'm going to cut a little piece just like that, just kind of angle it. All right, so I'm back. My dog was barking because I had a delivery, so I had cut this little piece of this chenille, and I'm going to just add some hot glue right here and put that right on there, and then make another one of those little red bows. Make it easy on myself and just make it on here rather than wrapping it around the little handle. I'm gonna cut it off of here and just shape it. There we go. I've got my dog barking at every little thing, and then I've got 4 little kittens in here as well. Okay. There we go, just like that. That looks super cute. See how I just changed this with one little thing? Do I have any ribbon left? Hardly, but you know what? I could do that, put that on there. No, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, let's go ahead and put these ornaments on. I was gonna say on my tree. Now that's my phone, and I'll be back. All right, so I'm back after a phone call. And my dog's still wanting to bark at things. Okay, let's see where all these things are gonna go. Where do I want them? I'm just gonna place them, you know, anywhere for now. I like one of these down here. Maybe one across the top here. I don't wanna hide the lights, okay? So I'm gonna make sure that's not hidden. I want this hanging off the middle here. So we're gonna go ahead and just slide it over. Well, you know what, this hangs a little long, so I'm actually going to shorten this by making a little knot here, just a little bit there, and then I'll bring the pine through that little hole there. There we go. And then just twist that so that holds that in there. The other thing about it is that I was noticing the little rope here on the little ornament keeps flopping over to one side, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue, a little dot. And I'm pushing that little loop down onto the fabric. I'll do the same thing on the other side because the other one kind of wants to do the same thing. That way that little bow stays open. You can do the same thing with the little tails. So sometimes when you have a little bow that doesn't want to cooperate, you can do that. Let's bring it into the light right here. So that's what I did. That's hanging right off the middle. I kind of would like this maybe down here. All right, let's see. This is gonna go here. So then I'll put this over, you know what, because this is kind of big, so we want to balance this out. So I'll put this over on this side, this little frame, and then my cookie cutters can just go, you know, wherever. On my wreath, you know what, I don't need any berries. I don't need any poinsettias. I think that'll be great. So now let's go ahead and attach these items so they don't you know, keep falling off, like this little bow that I didn't let dry long enough. I'm going to actually use my hot glue gun to glue these down because I don't see myself, you know, actually using this little cutting board for, you know, something else. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. And I'm going to glue it down to these little pine branches right here. I flattened them up, made a little bed for them. Try not to get any of that hot glue on your wires from your, you know, your lights. Just on there. We're going to let that dry. We're not going to move it until it dries really well. I'm going to do the same thing with my cookie cutters. I'm just going to add some glue right here where the bow is, a little bit on the bottom edge here, maybe on the side over here, and then just kind of tuck it in there, let that kind of glue itself down to the branches, just like that. Same with this one. And of course when you turn it, all that glue will just drip downwards, so it's not going to drip, you know, onto your... the other thing about my cookie cutters is when I was putting the bow on them, I was making sure that the bow went on, you know, like more to the top side of the cookie cutter. Because, you know, it's got the little sharp edge, and then it's got the edge where they add that little extra bit on their fold over it, so that when you press down, you don't cut yourself. And this is actually the sharp edge that cuts into the dough. So I was making sure that that was also at the top. So you might want to make sure you do that. I don't know, it doesn't really cut, you know, just like that, but still, you know, safety first. Okay, put that one there, and I'm going to put this little rolling pin right here. Let me flatten this guy up and put it on that. I'm just going to put lots of glue on the back of it. Let me get another glue stick. Raw video here. I thought it would be more fun this way. It makes the video a little bit longer, but you know what? I'm making up for not having had any videos. So, I don't know. Here we go. Put that there. This one on here too. I like a little rope. I'm just going to let it hang like that. So, lots of glue on the back. I don't know what's actually going to catch. So, there's no lights here. Okay, good. Let it catch right there somewhere. Let this little rope kind of hang in front of it. Now I got to glue down these little towels, so also some glue on there. I paid like $2 something for the piece of half a yard of fabric, because it was like, I think it was like $6.99, but then like I said, I only got half a yard, and then this ribbon is like 30% off a yard, so I didn't pay too much for it. Look at that, it looks so pretty, you guys. Okay, so I wanted to use this ribbon as well, so I made a little bow right here, just like I did this other one, but then, you know, these loops were kind of big, so I went ahead and I folded them in, and I kind of pinched them. See how it makes like a little heart shape right there? That's a good way to, if you've made a bow and you want to put it on something else, but it's too big, you can just bring it in, pinch like that, fold it in, pinch it, you know, like that. And it actually looks even like it's got even more loops on it, but it makes it smaller. It looks super cute. This is a great way to make a little bow for Valentine's, because it does have those little heart-shaped loops on it. Okay, so now we're gonna put some glue on it. And by the way, I tied this down. The cookie cutters were on that little packaging with some little little silver tie backs on there, and I just used that to tie up my little bow. Okay, so that just goes right in there. Look, super cute. Now if I wanted to use more of this, I'm going to take where it says Merry Christmas, like that, see? And then just kind of drape it somewhere on my wreath. A little bit of glue. I need more hot glue here, you guys. It's going fast. I'm not even using hardly any. Well, I did use it on that little frame. Okay, so some glue to hold that down. Little Merry Christmas. You don't even have to do that, you guys, but I really like it. So I'm doing that, and I'm going to put one on the other side somewhere. I think I like it over here, like about right there. Yeah. Okay. Some glue to attach it downward, or downward, but down, just to attach it down onto my wreath. A little bit more over here, and that brings more red into my wreath. Brightens it up, lightens it up. I could do another one up here. I think I will, but let's just look at it like that for now. If you think that's too much, don't do what I did, but if you like it, go for it. And I'm going for it, you guys. I mean, this is just like looping some ribbon, you know, like little pieces of ribbon, looping it on your wreath. But instead I'm using it because it has, you know, the Merry Christmas on it. I'm gonna put this one going this way now because it's, I don't know. That's just what I decided. Okay, some glue that down. Glue here to glue that down. Okay, there we go. I think it looks super cute. I'm gonna go hang it up so we can see what it looks like. And that's it, you guys. All right, everyone, I chose to hang my wreath here on this window. I thought it was gonna cover like a lot of the light that comes in. I really love the light that comes through this window. And I thought about putting it in front of a chalkboard that I have in another spot here. I really like the way it looks right there, so I think that's where I'm gonna keep it. I can reach in and turn off the lights. I have to put a little step ladder to get up there and tie it. And I just use these, you know, the little branches on there and the little rod that's going across, holding the curtain. I just spread the curtain down in the middle and then just brought the little two, you know, little branches and just tied it around like a twist tie. That's all I did to hang it up. It was super easy. You could use a wreath hanger if you feel like, okay, you've hung up something and it's too high. A wreath hanger would make it come down a little bit more, would be better. Now, of course, those wreath hangers are made to go over a door. You know, they're kind of squared off at the top. You could just round it off a little bit more so that it fits better on if you have a curtain rod. All right? Okay, so that's it, everyone. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up. I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and leave a kind comment down below. Let me know what you think of my project. I thought it came out really cute. So there with that, if you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying the content of my videos, please hit that red subscribe button and then a little notification will pop up, and please go ahead and choose all so that you get notified of all of my videos when I upload them. Thank you all very much for being very patient and waiting on my videos. I'm hoping that nothing more interrupts them. I do have a couple of other little things that I want to do, so I'm going to have that for you. And I think my husband and I are also going to do a little gingerbread house competition, decorating competition. So we'll see how that goes, you guys. Thank you again once more. Please share on your social medias, and as always, enjoy.